This meeting of the Senate Judiciary Committee will come to order. We have 6 judicial nominees on the agenda today who will be held over at the request of the minority. They are Cindy Chung for the Third Circuit, Justice Tamika Montgomery Reeves for the Third Circuit, 4 nominees for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, Kelly Hodge, John Murphy, Judge Mia Perez, and Judge Kai Scott. I look forward to voting on these nominees next week. We have 2 U.S. Marshal nominees on the agenda, which I hope can receive an en bloc voice vote. Before turning to Ranking Member Grassley, let me briefly discuss the violence and threats of violence facing the FBI since it executed the lawful search warrant at the former president's residence on August the 8th. Earlier this week, I introduced and the Senate unanimously passed a resolution condemning this violence and the rhetoric that fuels it. It was the right thing to do. I thank my colleagues on both sides of the aisle for supporting this resolution. Following the August 8th research, the former president and his allies have relentlessly criticized the FBI with baseless claims and violent rhetoric, including calls to, quote, destroy the FBI, shoot the FBI, and actual reference to the FBI by the former president as, quote, vicious monsters, close quote. Attacking the FBI is not new, but the breadth of the anti-FBI vitriol from public officials has contributed, as we know, to a stunning increase in violence against the FBI, violent threats against the FBI. We heard about these threats, excuse me, Amy? Excuse me? Excuse me. We heard about these threats during a closed-door briefing last week that members on both sides of the committee attended. I am encouraged with the passage of this resolution, and I'm glad the Senate spoke with one voice in condemning violence on the right and on the left against law enforcement. In doing so, we specifically urge public officials at every level to reject and condemn political violence and its threat, regardless of its motivation. We condemn calls from members of Congress to destroy the FBI and defund the FBI. We honored the dedicated services of the employees of that agency, and we reaffirm that, quote, a founding principle of the United States is that individuals settle differences through political process, not through the use or threat of violence. Now I'll recognize Ranking Member Grassley for any remarks.